Super Roth, you ask? It's a permanent indexed universal life insurance that's totally liquid and easily accessible once it matures. Can be used to supplement retirement savings or a death benefit, or both. Has no income or contribution limit. Has no 5-year rule like Roth IRAs. Has no 10% penalty for accessing the funds before age 59 and a half. Oh, and the average historical returns are 5 to 7% annually, tax-free. Super Roths also lock in gains, which means you don't lose your money when the market is down. Sounds incredible, right? Sounds super? Super Roths are the way of the future, specifically your future. To see if you qualify for a Super Roth, go online to thesuperroth.com.
This segment sponsored by our friends at the all-new Sammy's Restaurant. Sammy's is now open in Calamasa at Exit 88 off the 10 freeway next to the Jack in the Box in the former Bob's Big Boy Restaurant. Not to name drop, but Sammy's in the former Bob's is a lot like Norm's. It has an extensive menu. With multiple restaurants in Rialto and places like Upland and Rancho Cucamonga, Sammy's is a great place to dine. Their menu is very similar, with their American trio of delicious steak, shrimp, and chicken, and an expansive menu. You won't go hungry, and you won't go broke at Sammy's. You can come meet Sammy and his family. Sammy was a chief cook for Norm's for years, and it shows in his menu. Sammy's is a great place to meet the family, friends, or have a community meeting. You can ask about their private meeting room, available for parties of 15 or more on a first-come, first-served basis. Sammy's is now open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day at 540 Sandalwood Drive off of Exit 88 at the 10 freeway in Calamasa. Look for the Big Boy statue. It's still there. We thank Sammy for returning to this station as a loyal sponsor. You can find more info about Sammy's at sammyscafe.net. That's sammyscafe.net, where you can also find discount coupons to save money. And by the way, Sammy's has free Wi-Fi too. Sammy's in Calamasa, Rialto, one of their other locations, are ready to serve you. Sammy's is now open in Calamasa.
Rice Fire Protection encourages listeners to shop small business and buy local. When you support locally owned businesses, you're investing in your neighbors and community. So before heading to big box stores or online giants, think local and invest in your hometown. That's from Rice Fire Protection in Moreno Valley. For top quality service at prices you can afford, call 951-243-6677 for Rice Fire Protection, where they are on the air because they care.
Hi, I'm Alan Bartleman. Join me on KCAA Radio, 1050 AM and 106 FM for my brand new radio show, The Reformer, a show about America. I have a mule on my left shoulder and an elephant on my right, and I'm in the middle. I'll get down to the provocative issues. I'll open the phone lines, listen in or call in. That's every Thursday at 7 p.m. here on NBC, KCAA Radio, 1050 AM and 106 FM on the app or streaming broadcasts everywhere. KCAA.
Working in the margins. Dealing with our challenges, assessing needs, and finding solutions. Short-term, mid-range, and long-term. Solutions can find us working in the margins. Today's world is a tough baseline. It's more difficult than ever to just exist or get by. And it's not getting any easier. Moving forward in today's world has become both an art and a science. Food, clothing, temporary shelter, long-term housing, short-term jobs, temporary employment, or long-range careers. It all takes some help and finesse. Not everyone can do it. It's an art and a science. And let's face it, not everyone is a scientist. Some people need more help than others. The basics like reliable transportation, internet, laundry, a regular shower, even water, those basics we all take for granted. Electricity, these are the challenges of those caught in the net. Are homeless, unhoused, housing challenged, living in the margins. People of all ages, young, middle-aged, senior citizens, entire families, male, female, all reasons and all walks of life. Anyone can find themselves living in the margins. Homelessness and the challenges that go with it are not going away, and we can't ignore them. It's just too expensive. We've got to do better. Take the next step forward.
Hello, San Bernardino, Inland Empire. This is Shazette with Family Assistance Program, and this is Working in the Margins. This is our weekly radio show podcast that we produce here in the wonderful studios at 1932 Our call numbers are KCAA 1050 AM, 106.5 FM. And you can find us on KCAA.com, KCAA TV on YouTube. It generates like a little thing on YouTube. So, check. We've been now in a year since I did my first show. I'm super excited because it's a wonderful platform to be able to talk about some of the things that are affecting our market communities, our coordinated entry systems, our homeless providers, our CBOs. The cuts assistance program has not been saved from any. We have had to make cuts. So you currently, I am the program manager. I'm a program manager at Family Assistance Program. I've managed several different programs, but right now I'm managing our anti-human trafficking program called the Open Door. And my it's one easy people who analyze communities, and so have an opportunity to work with the staff that I'm working with now on human trafficking. I'm more than I've ever thought about human trafficking, and that's a great thing because, man, I'm on it. I'm like, I keep my head on a swivel. I'm like, it's, just look for evidence of it, and to want to try to educate people about what human trafficking looks like. So I have so much more to learn, but I'm in a position right now where I can do that. I say to say that unfortunately we have been hit with cuts from the federal government to the state government, just not caring too much about our VOC, our victims of crime, and our human trafficking, and these programs are being cut. So we have had to shut down. We are having to shut down our transitional shelter beds for our human trafficking clients because we've lost funding. So it's been heavy on my heart. We've been struggling, just trying to make sense of all the decisions, because then I saw this parade on the news on somebody's birthday, and it was like a military parade. I don't know whose birthday it was. Was it the Army's or was it this person that they say is in charge in the White House? I don't know. And I was like, all that money for a parade and nobody went. Do you know I could keep houses open for all populations with money like that they spent frivolously? I don't know. And then I hear that, we're getting involved in things in this country that it's not really our business, or it's not, we're spending money, I feel, in ways that could really help our communities, keep our marginalized communities afloat and protected. And so that's just been heavy on my heart. But today, I want to get back to what today, Pride. I'm so excited. The event, the Pride, our San Bernardino Pride events that we head up with the city, and our Welcome Home and our Open Arms, our youth shelters, our LGBTQ transition shelters. It's just it gives the community and a chance to come out and celebrate, and it's just an amazing opportunity for the and for us allies to come out and show love. It's going to be fun. So today I'm like super stoked because I have the privilege. I snatched him because 10 and 6 Drive manager Oscar. He's here from Open Arms and Welcome Home. Come on, Oscar, and he's going to tell us This one. Is this one on? Can you hear him?
Testing.
Oh, he said turn it up. Yeah. Because Eric is not here today, so
Hi, Frank.
you know, it's fun. It's good to live on the sea. Hi,
Hi, Shazette.
witness. You was able to come. You were okay. So I'm like stuck. I wore like my colorful.
Yeah.
Because I'm going. Me and my staff will be there
Yes.
this evening. It's at. But I want to talk a little ship.
Yes.
Keep you because you are actually planning and trying to get together your stuff.
Exactly. But
Free
thank
you, free you up. But I want you to talk about two pointed things, Oscar.
Perfect.
Latino pride. Why do we do it? Why is it important? And who is welcome to come and what should they expect there?
Perfect. My name is Oscar. I'm the he, she, they. I'm the program manager for Open Arms Youth Reference Center and Arte in San Bernardino. So this is our third year. It's to answer your second question first. Is welcome to this. The last couple of years, I've seen people come and they've said that they've never been to a Pride. People that are like well in their 50s and 60s, or I've seen youth come wearing rainbow flags as like capes and looking like LGBT superheroes. And just looking so much cooler than I ever did at their age, and being able to just have this sense of community. Come in there, they see rainbows, they going on, they want free stuff, so they go to
free stuff.
Exactly.
And it looks fun because it is fun. This is a time to celebrate. We've had so many different cuts and drawbacks and clawbacks of things that affected the community, and we are always trying to stay positive, and we are going to celebrate each other today.
Exactly.
Our allies and our community members. Tell me why San Bernardino Pride is more important now. Probably
it is. It's more than ever. I think that collaboration and working together is so vital. Without individuals that are part of the LGBTQIA Two-Spirit Plus community, it's important for us to have that intersectionality and to be able to work together against marginalization, discrimination, and understanding that safe spaces deserve to exist.
yes.
This year we thought it might be a little concerned with the current political climate or what's
Right.
going on in the world.
I was nervous.
Yeah, and I was too, is having a safety plan and coming up with that idea. But we exist. We need to be able to be out there in the community, showing people that the collective is working together, and we support you and we see you.
So I think that a lot of our marginalized communities, because of some of the things going on in the political climate, have kind of like gone back. They're hiding. They've gone back out of fear of whatever that this has created in other people. They're saying I don't have to be understanding or tolerant or because my government says that they don't exist, or we've lost identifiers on government federal documents where
Websites.
And then we are bombarded and with people's opinions of what this means to them or to their communities that aren't really tolerant, and like it's a good thing, and I don't understand that. I don't understand non-tolerance.
Oh yeah, me either. The echo chamber of it all has always been there. People more like because they have that security of being able to be loud about it. And it seeps in, of course, generationally. You have the youth getting just kind of falling into that pattern.
Right.
Not a lot of youth that are on the other side of that, but the polarization of it, I feel like it's meant to keep people divided.
I think so too, Oscar. I really do. And it's hard because I felt like even for like the last before January. The last few years, 3 or 4 years, it was more. We had more. I think more inclusion, and that that's the first thing they went after was like DEI and whatever that means to them, and it is sad because I think that we were better. When people say, "Were you better 4 years ago?" I think we were better 10 months ago. And it's sad because we had these younger kids. They have kind of grown up with that. Yep. That people being tolerant and people looking for education and to become allies, and now it's just like snatched away.
Yep. And again, before, like if you remember 2008 when we were voting on gay marriage, I was a little teenager, and I know exactly, and I know, like from personal experience, that it was a scary time even for me, not in the direct fire of it yet, being a teenager, having that affordance of that to a degree. But again, we've been there, and it's about working together and understanding that representation does matter. Those people that used to walk, that would hold hands, a same-sex couple, those were people that were heroes, and they didn't even know that.
And they didn't know, because it's hard when you're a walking target.
Exactly.
When you're living and you're a walking target of policy, opinions, legislation, and you just want to be a normal, regular person in your relationship with who you love. And we didn't. I say that about my people, my African American people, Black people. I said we don't intend on being the catalyst or we don't intend that. We're just trying to live our lives.
Exactly, and it's just constantly this like back and forth of being like oppression. And the difference I would say too about like say like the Black community and LGBTQIA, of course we have the intersectionality, but you can't like necessarily hide your skin color, right?
Exactly.
So being able to I hate the word, but that terminology pass, or being able to be it's a matter of safety now. So I think that any response in that regard is valid. If you feel that you need to keep yourself safe by protecting your identity, do so. If you feel like you want to be unabashedly yourself, then do so. Just kind of that and understand that keep your eyes on your environment and just make sure that you are safe above anything.
Right. So who can come today again? I want to know anybody that's feeling. Well, what are we gonna get there today?
You're gonna feel the sense of community and love like no other. Pride is a magical time. If you've never been to a Pride, you deserve to experience that. The fact and us being the biggest county in the country and just having it is wild to us. So being able to be at the forefront of that has been a blessing. Every single buddy is invited, from babies to older ladies. Between we're gonna have 5:45. It's going to continue on until 7:15. There'll be a Dua Lipa cover band that performs right after until 9, and we'll have a DJ set up the entire time. So you're going to have music playing.
Amazing.
Yeah, some food purchase.
Good. Who are your sponsors this year?
So we have a good sponsors. I see a couple of them listed on there. There's definitely some more. We have St. John's, Planned Parenthood, Options for Youth. Let me, as we speak, I'm going to pull out another updated flyer just so we can have
Awesome. We're going to get some updated information. I think I've been carrying around this flyer for like 2-3 weeks now. Everywhere I go, I just tell people, and I remind folks that it's coming. It's funny to me though, I think San Bernardino is always trying to compete with Los Angeles. They're always saying, Los Angeles, but Los Angeles does Pride. Yep. And that's where I first went when I was a youngster. I went to West Hollywood Pride back in the day. I'm not going to tell y'all everything, but I went to Pride, and when I came out here, and then a few years ago, when I went to the Pride event here, and I was like, okay, we need to get on board. Everybody needs to get on board because this is a great teachable moment also for our kids to see how we are supposed to treat each other.
Yep.
And we need more of those because they got enough on the TV and on the computer things of how not to treat each other.
Yep.
We
No-
need to. This is a good event for that.
Yes, normalization is a way that we combat the stigma and how people
Yes.
perceive us.
Yes.
And just working together, like I said. So just to kind of shout out the sponsors real
Yes,
quick.
please. Shout out to sponsors. Thank you, all sponsors, for
Yes.
San Bernardino Pride.
Big thank you to Options for Youth,
Yes.
St. John's Community Health, Planned Parenthood. We love you, Planned Parenthood. South Health, Insight Counseling, Neil Miller and Robert Berman. We have IDHP,
Hey.
San Bernardino County itself.
Oh,
And we have a drag show hosted by Pride. They also do drag shows every first Friday at the Vault.
awesome.
Local
Awesome.
queens.
Awesome. Tell us about your drop-in center. Where can we find you? Where can we find it? And who's welcome there?
Okay, so our drop-in center is called Open Arms. It's a youth drop-in center for ages it's 13 to 24, but we'll accept 11 to 24. Just youth that need resources such as housing. It's a big component that we have. Substance use support, victim of crime advocacy, health navigation, being able to get your documents, being able to have a safe space to just exist, clothing,
Yep.
hygiene products, and games if you just want an activity to do, AC and Wi-Fi. So things that, you know,
Yes.
are essential at this point. And a
Yes.
sense of community.
Yes.
A lot of youth that don't know each other come together, they become friends, and at least for a little while, they can get out of their situation, and we can
Absolutely.
be able to help navigate them to their
I
next
love
steps.
it. I love it. And we are at 1255 East Highland. We are, I tell people, we are between the church and the cemetery. No, we're between the church and the mortuary.
Yep.
It's a 2-story white building, 1255 East Highland.
Suite 101.
Suite 101. And the good thing about it now is that we have several programs within that building. So if you need employment services, we can cha you up to meet with our employment specialist, M. Shea. If you are justice impacted, we have some resources, and we have a human trafficking. That's where I'm at too. We have human trafficking services. So we're going to have new classes. We're going to have education classes and budgeting classes. So here's where we're going to be. Thank you so much. I'm going to let you go. You can get back to work. See you in a few hours. I'm so excited. Are you going to wear the pink tutu?
So, okay, I did not bring said pink tutu because it's going to be in the 90s.
I know.
That was the issue. I should. You know what? We're going to act with that
Okay.
same ferocity of having a giant.
Good,
Come on.
good. So this is pink. I'm gonna tell y'all this, and we're gonna go to break. Right? So this pink tutu, and Oscar had the tutu, and I fell in love with the tutu. So I'm like, that's gonna be our representative tutu. It's like, you know, a mascot.
Yeah.
Representative tutu.
And it's going to be in spirit because it's going to be.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Oscar. I look
Thank
so.
you, Shazette.
Congratulations on your third Pride.
Thank you.
Your team is awesome, and we will see you later on today.
Yes. See you, and
Okay.
hopefully see you as well.
Yes. All right. Break. Be right back.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Alan Bartleman. Join me on KCAA Radio, 1050 AM and 106 FM for my brand new radio show, The Reformer, a show about America. I have a mule on my left shoulder and an elephant on my right, and I'm in the middle. I'll get down to the provocative issues. I'll open the phone lines, listen in, or call in. That's every Thursday at 7 p.m. here on NBC, KCAA Radio, 1050 AM and 106 FM on the app or streaming broadcasts everywhere.
Rice Fire Protection encourages listeners to shop small business and buy local. When you support locally owned businesses, you're investing in your neighbors and community. So before heading to big box stores or online giants, think local and invest in your hometown. That's from Rice Fire Protection in Moreno Valley. For top quality service at prices you can afford, call 951-240-2677.
NBC News on KCAA Loma Linda is sponsored by Teamsters Local 1932, protecting the future of working families. Teamsters1932.org.
This segment sponsored by our friends at the all-new Sammy's Restaurant. Sammy's is now open in Calamasa at exit 88 off the 10 freeway next to the Jack in the Box in the former Bob's Big Boy Restaurant. Not to name drop, but Sammy's in the former Bob's is a lot like Norm's. It has an extensive menu. With multiple restaurants in Rialto and places like Upland and Rancho Cucamonga, Sammy's is a great place to dine. Their menu is very similar, with their American trio of delicious steak, shrimp, and chicken, and an expansive menu. You won't go hungry, and you won't go broke at Sammy's. You can come meet Sammy and his family. Sammy was a chief cook for Norm's for years, and it shows in his menu. Sammy's is a great place to meet the family, friends, or have a community meeting. You can ask about their private meeting room, available for parties of 15 or more on a first-come, first-served basis. Sammy's is now open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day at 540 Sandalwood Drive off of exit 88 at the 10 freeway in Calamasa. Look for the Big Boy statue. It's still there. We thank Sammy for returning to this station as a loyal sponsor. You can find more info about Sammy's at sammyscafe.net. That's sammyscafe.net, where you can also find discount coupons to save money. And by the way, Sammy's has free Wi-Fi too. Sammy's in Calamasa, Rialto, or one of their other locations are ready to serve you. Sammy's is now open in Calamasa.
KCAA.
This is Shazam with Family Assistance, and this is Working Friends. We are KCAA, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM. And you can find us on KCAA Radio and KCAA TV. And on YouTube, I believe it's streaming live or something like that. If you can do all that, I don't do all that. I just wait till it drops, and then I share it and post to it. So anything that you have questions about that I talk about here on the program, hit me up on my hashtag working in the margins with Z, hashtag working in the margins with Z. You can also call the studio if you want to try to get in touch, or if you have something on your mind at 909-383-1000. That's right here. So, joined by my daughter. She is my community daughter, my spiritual daughter, because that's something that I have felt is important, is that we mentor where we can, we encourage, we love on them, kids that may not, but seek us out because we have a connection. And I feel that's something that happened with Robbie and I when I was program managing youth services, and she was a client back then, and she would come in, and something about her energy, something about her spirit that just resonated in me. And I think because I am a mother of a child, a daughter, my own biological daughter that did not live past her first year, that the Lord has been sending me back daughters, young women, amazing young women, in order for me to learn from and for me to become a part of their journey or their life. I have several wonderful young women in my life that I learn from, and I encourage them. Probably from every job that I've ever had, I still work with somebody there that, it's just something. It's been something in me. I don't think I have anything to do with it. I think that is just the Lord, His way of giving me that that experience of mothering a girl, a daughter, a woman, because it's important. It's really important. So Robbie is she's multi-talented. She is a lyricist. She is a poet. And I have been trying to encourage her wherever I can to let her speak her experience and her journey, and she's very, very good at this. She has shared some things with me that have had me in tears, because it takes courage to tell a story. It's not an easy story.
I agree.
When it's not pretty, when it's not cleaned up, it's hard to share your story. So when you can find it in yourself, like you have, Robbie, to want to give your feelings words, and then to be able to bravely express them, I admire that in you. I admire that, and I need you to keep doing that, and I need you to keep coming around folks and telling them that they can do the same thing. Because nobody's coming to save us, people.
Gotta save yourself first.
We got to save ourselves first. Nobody's coming to save us. Things are, I don't want to be fatalistic, but we have to be realistic about some of the challenges that we are facing that have been created by people who are so-called in power. And we marginalized community folks are, we're at the will of that, and it's unfortunate, that better people aren't making the decisions.
Mm-hmm.
That's the I wish better people were making the decisions, and that they were keeping in mind that you are no different from me in the fact that the first thing that people see are Black women.
Yeah.
But our journeys are completely different. I am so old enough to be your grandmother, actually. I am actually old enough to be your grandmother. But sitting here right now, if somebody walked into the room, the first thing they would say is...
You guys, mom and daughter.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. And so I want us to... It helps me, too. You help me to stay brave.
You're gonna make me cry on live television.
It's okay. We are human beings.
I agree.
I
definitely think that when it comes down to mentorship, I think the most important thing is the bond and the communication that you have between the two. And I think every bond that you have with people is very special,
Mm-hmm.
And I believe ever since you came into my life, it's easier to be able to navigate my emotions when it comes down to writing and things like that, because before I didn't really know where to put, my emotions or anything like that. So, like when I eventually started writing and things like that, it helped me, become the person that I always wanted to be, and I'm still thriving and striving. So if anybody that's out there my age, get out there, you gotta do, honey.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
We're going to say hey to little brother over here in the corner. Hey, little brother.
Shout out to my brother named Reese.
He's talented too. He's going to come on another day. But he's talented too. I want to talk a little bit about allyship and what that looks like, because it's Pride Month. We're at the end of the month, and we have our San Bernardino Pride is tonight. But I want to talk about what that looks like. I'm going to give you a few things that you can do as a community member to actually be able to say an ally with this community, with the LGBTQ community. And then I'm putting this show together. The word ally kept coming up in my mind. Kept coming up, ally. And I was like, maybe it's not just about our LGBTQ community. Maybe that's what I feel is missing right now from lots of communities. I feel that, and I have to process it. I had to ask myself a few questions. Why are you feeling this way? Why are you feeling that? It's really important for people to state openly that they are an ally of this community, of those people, of those causes. Why? And I waited a while to hear the answer, and the answer was because people are afraid more than ever before to even come out as allies to the Black community, to the LGBTQ community, to the immigrant community. People are afraid of retribution or of being, targeted themselves. People are afraid. And I'm like, this is not the time to be afraid.
I definitely believe it's the time to be stronger, especially when it comes down to the things that's happening due to the administration. I believe that within the administration, there can be changes, but it starts off with the community, but it also starts off within yourself. You know, you got to come out your shell before you can come out the closet.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I wholeheartedly believe that anybody that's out there and that is closeted, I wholeheartedly believe that you will be able to put yourself out there one day. And even if it's not right now, you know, within the community or within your peers or other people, it's within yourself, you know. And I think that you got to be strong enough to know what you are, to
Right.
put yourself out there, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely a lesson that a lot of people learn. A lot of people are very scared of what other people will say, but whole time, half of us is getting.
Tell me. So yesterday, Ryan called me, because we have been talking about getting her on the show, and it's just been crazy. There was like a funeral last week. That's why I wasn't on last week. I had a repeat, and then I had to cancel the show. It's just been crazy, but she called me yesterday, and I was like, yay. So she's like, can I come on the show? And I said, yeah. I says, I was having Oscar, so I was like, yeah, sure. And she's like, well, I have to tell you something.
I'm getting.
I don't know if it wasn't a surprise.
It's definitely not a surprise. I mean, you can see it the way I walk.
Yeah.
You know my clothes.
No. I don't know about that. But what I was, first of all, I was honored that you said you wanted to come out to, that you felt you was coming out to me, telling me. I love that. And you said that we could talk about it and that you was coming here and we was going to talk about it. I think it's also very, again, it takes courage and bravery to do that right now.
I think, not to cut you off, but I think where my bravery came from was my family being able to accept me for who I am and where I was, you know, emotionally and mentally, and the people that was around me, especially the community center. You know, I noticed that it was a lot of people that was actually in the community that I am, and it took me a lot of courage and a lot of believing in myself that, you know, like, I am what I am, but I'm still on a journey of really like trying to figure it out, honestly.
Right.
So sometimes I kind of don't want to label myself, but at the same time, shoot, it is what it is. You know?
Yeah, right. We're not gonna run from anything.
Not at all. It's nothing to run from.
You
You just
know,
gotta accept it.
I love that we have this opportunity also to educate people, that we can also empower people, and so you are going to do that because you have found the courage to, you know, keep yourself going, you know. And like I said, I don't think it was so much a surprise. I was like really happy because I'm like, when you find a piece of yourself, when you can tap in and you just know, okay, that's who I am, then you can be that person and you can live and be that person. And it's, you feel like a part's not missing because, you know what, I understand that now. That's a part of who I am. So congratulations, I guess. I don't know what you know, but I want to say thank you and happy Pride. We're going to go to a break for a minute, and when I come back, we're going to share something with us, and then we're going to close out the show. Be right back, San Bernardino.
I'm Alan Bartleman. Join me on KCAA Radio, 1050 AM and 106 FM for my brand new radio show, The Reformer, a show about America. I have a mule on my left shoulder and an elephant on my right, and I'm in the middle. I'll get down to the provocative issues. I'll open the phone lines, listen in or call in. That's every Thursday at 7 p.m. here on NBC, KCAA Radio, 1050 AM and 106 FM on the app or streaming broadcast everywhere.
Rice Fire Protection encourages listeners to shop small business and buy local. When you support locally owned businesses, you're investing in your neighbors and community. So before heading to big box stores or online giants, think local and invest in your hometown. That's from Rice Fire Protection in Moreno Valley. For top quality service at prices you can afford, call 951-243-6677 for Rice Fire Protection.
Welcome back, San Bernardino, Inland Empire. This is Shazette. You're with Working in the Margins, and I am here with Robbie. She's my community daughter, my child that I have been working with and mentoring for about almost 2 years now.
Oh, yeah.
It's been almost 2 years, yeah. And she's I don't want to say newly come out. I just think that now I think she feels safer in her skin now, right? Do you feel?
I do.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. I just want to make sure you okay and that you could do anything in the world that you want to,
If I can get $1 million right now, I
But
think
you
that'd be
can. You
great.
could start already trying to work on it and do it.
You have a point.
You can. I feel like you can do anything in this world. So right now, I'm going to share some of her art with us, and I want everybody to encourage young people, folks. Encourage them to do what makes them feel comfortable. Encourage what they're good at. We need to be encouraging each other now because it's hard finding things to get joyful about some days. So Robbie, take it
I'm a little
away.
nervous. All right. This is the beat. All right. Just high because of pain in my eyes. Did you see the damage? My soul trying to shake the past, but it's taking its toll. I want designer on my feet, but discipline's the key. I gotta hustle through the heat if I really want to eat. Dreams heavy in my mind, but the struggle keep me grinding, trying to break the cycle. But me surrounded, tell me, can you feel me? I've been walking through the dark, praying not the light gon' heal me. Every step that I take, feel like I'm running out of time, trying to keep my faith. But these demons in my mind, chasing highs. But the past, I just want to see the time, but the past, screaming, make it stop. I remember nights, my time, she ain't ever left the on my chest, so I turned to the streets looking for pain in my heart, but I'm asking with the grin, trying to play. Tell me, can I've been feel like I'm trying to keep my faith, but my mind chasing highs, but the low still find me running fast, but the past still behind me. I just want to see the time, but so got me screaming, make it stop. Past every step that I take, feel like I'm running out of gas. Ain't no love run from. Just find a little peace, but the trauma still. Chasing highs, but the low still find me. Running fast, but the past still behind me. I just want to get out. I just want to see the top. Hell yeah.
You are so talented.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You are so talented.
If anybody is a producer out there or an engineer, just tap
We
in,
want
please.
somebody to work with. Come on,
I need
girl. We're going to snatch your throats. Anymore?
You know, have a good day.
Robbie, you continue to impress me. Your hustle, your stride, your struggle, you keep smiling. You just keep smiling.
Gotta keep smiling over.
I know. And now I haven't seen the little brother with you, and I was like,
Oh, that's
okay.
Big bro.
You got him, and I just see you. You're gonna end up in this work. I hope you know that, because you take care of people.
I believe so.
I do. I do. I think that you're gonna end up in this work, and whatever I can do to help you get there, I'm down.
I kind of want radio, just talk.
Hey, shoot, let's get you some.
Let's do it. We can.
We got to talk about.
We do. We could talk about a lot.
Talk about about what what's going on, because this is the agency, this is the but it's I'm being censored or anything. I don't want to come on here and talk people and tell them it's horrible out there every day, every week. I want people to feel like there's something to hope for, and you know what, you got to make your own hope. Sometimes you got to put it in somebody else. Encourage people, encourage these kids, encourage women to start their own businesses. I'm going to tell some things that I want you to help other people do, because we can't do it alone. No, we got to save ourselves, but we can help each other save each other. I want you to go out and encourage our young people, and especially our young women, to become entrepreneurs, to get businesses. I don't, if it's a nonprofit, that you want to help people in the community, I want you to go find other people that are doing it so that they can collaborate and partner. I want you to go and find, we need more social services. We need more people to be creating programs that serve our communities in ways that we aren't right now, ways that we aren't, maybe there's ways to do it that we don't even know about, but we're not gonna, we got a bunch of old heads right now doing this work in our communities. They're like me. I'm 58. In another 8 years, I am really going to be in my soft girl era. And I need folks to, like Robbie and her brother, to come up behind me and still community, and our women and our young boys. And I want you all us old heads. Yeah, I'm talking to you old heads. I'm 50, and you in 10, 12 years of retirement, you are old head. Okay, that's Giselle's definition of old head. Well, true or not, I just made it up. Anyway, I want you to start teaching these young people what you know about community and what you know about, when I say entrepreneurs, I am really thinking or talking about like businesses. I'm thinking of nonprofits, because a nonprofit is a business, and it can be a good business. It could be not very lucrative. I'm not gonna lie there, not lucrative, but all services or all your finances should be going towards your clients. So, and keeping the people that take care of them employed. So, but we need to be teaching each other, our kids, and you guys, and you young people, listen to us. So you don't have to learn like the absolute hard way. You're still going to earn your stripes. You're still going to have to learn. You're still going to have to get your, your head bopped a little bit, but I am willing to tell anybody who wants to come behind me and do this work on where the pitfalls are. I'm going to tell you, I'm absolutely, because I don't want you to waste the time going through that. If I can tell you, that's not going to work. So that's what I want. I want you, we need to be, I guess, allies to each other. We need to take care of each other. We need to support each other. We need to, if I have kids, right now, so something happened in my brain just a few seconds ago. Robbie is like, hey, producers, this, that, or the other, can't, who, what? And I'm like, I am sitting in a full-fledged studio. Full-fledged studio. We have engineers, we have people. Maybe somebody here on staff will want to mentor somebody to learn what they do or teach what they do. Obviously, there's jobs out there for this. There's other studios. There's other, maybe you're going to end up in Los Angeles at a studio. Maybe you'll open up your own studio.
Possibly. You know what? I was thinking about opening my own salon, maybe instead of a studio.
You could do what you want to do. You could open up a salon and with a studio in it.
Hey, you just put me on.
We always trying to, we going to fish in the front. We know period. So we're gonna, but I want folks to come. I'm talking to all, I'm not gonna call y'all by name, but y'all know who you are. I want you to start looking for people to take over what you are doing. And I want you to help them get off on the right foot. I don't want to see, a 80-year-old, nonprofit director right now because you couldn't turn it over to somebody. You don't trust nobody. You couldn't turn it, no, we can't do that. We can't. That's selfish of us to not make preparations for the future. So I want us to think of volunteers. what that looks like for us, what mentoring looks like for us. I'm not good. I mentor here and there. I have long, I don't have like, I'm not, you just can't call me up and say, hey, can you mentor me? And I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, I don't have that kind of time. I have folks that are, I feel like have been placed into my care. So that's why I don't even feel like it's mentoring. It's just people that have been placed into this current experience of mine and theirs, and that we were meant to collaborate or partner, or we were meant to be able to help each other. So, but there are people out there that want to mentor. There are people out there that want to mentor young people that care about. I think that the director of our agency, Daryl, he is a collaboration builder. He recognizes talent in youth. He recognizes that. So as an agency, we have young people that work with us, and on staff. We have quite a few young people. And it's great because the perspective stays wide on servicing, how we service. Some of our younger folks, they know better about what these younger folks need than us, old heads, and that's, so I've always admired that about being here in this agency. Being an ally, I want to, because when I hop off of here, we're going to head cha-cha-cha to the park and get ready for Pride. I hope I see people there that need to be there. I hope that I want to see kids. I just feel like some of the ways that we're able to express ourselves as an ally or being a part of the community are being kind of like stripped away and taken away. And I want these kids to keep seeing that we play well together, that we can be nice, and that we're not scary. You have the government that's saying that, our drag performers are dangerous to our communities.
I have a comment. The only thing dangerous about anything that's going on in this world is the administration.
Yes.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
There's nothing scarier than not knowing what's going to happen in the next 2 weeks.
Right.
Because somebody wants to play, hey, F around and find out. We don't want to do that.
Exactly.
You know.
You're absolutely right. That's the only thing to be afraid of. I mean, that's what, and I don't want people to be, like I said, I don't want to,
Fearmonger.
Yeah, I don't want to be, a fearmonger or anything. But we have to keep our head on a swivel, pay attention, but be nice. Be nice to each other. I just always want to say, God, folks, just, be nice to each other. See me and you. And treat me like you want to be treated. See me and you. That's all. See me and how, that I have feelings that, that's how I feel like as an ally with the LGBTQ. If anybody ever if you are getting kicked out of your home, or your family doesn't understand, or you're trying to come out and you're trying to, be who you were born to be, and you don't have those supports, you can call me. I will tell you, you can call me. And if I can't, I will find somebody for you to be with, to support you, family, otherwise. There's no reason for that. But you can call me, and I'm going to do everything that I can. I have been a long time ally of the LGBTQ community because I felt like my community, my Black African American woman community, has always needed allies, and that's how we've been able to stay, sustained. So I don't know. I like to think that I'm different, but I don't think that I'm different. I think that there's more like me than anybody, but I just see people as people. I don't really care about, I want you to be happy. And if that means loving a woman or loving a man, whatever, I don't, that's fine. I don't really care. What I care about is that you're happy. is that you're happy, that you're fulfilled, that you're not being abused, that you're not, that it's not a bad experience, So that's what I care about. So it's easy for me to be an ally, because I just want people. I know it kind of sounds like rote. It sounds like kind of what it kind of like idealistic, I guess. But it's easier to have. Just I want people to be happy. I want people to be who they are. That for me to keep it in my head that I got to judge every single person that I come in contact with about who they are or what they do. I have that kind of energy. I'm so not interested in that. What I am interested in is young women like Robbie, who is of the community, LGBTQ community, and at her still has an entire world around her, and I want her to have the freedom to do that regardless of how she identifies.
Oh, I'm gonna get it done, boo.
I know you are. I'm so for you. This is a new type of freedom.
Thank you so much.
Here in San Bernardino, it's been a pleasure. See you next week. I'm out.